Go into the laughter, the joy, the celebration, the music, the dancing, enjoying food, enjoying having good times together. Guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. Today I want to talk about how you, I, and everything is atomic, which means that you are more than just the human form. An atom, a tiny, 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 tiny little atom, is both particle, which means that it's solid, and it's also wave, which means that it's light. And so if it's in its light form, it's not even visible to our human eyes. It only becomes solid through our imagination, through our observation, and it's frequent observation. And then the atom shifts from its superposition into one position, and it moves from its wave function to its solid form. Okay, so you're atomic, I'm atomic, everything is atomic. So when people get all up in arms about, life and reality and how to manifest and what God is, it's kind of silly and it's kind of a waste of your energy and time, because you could be using that time reconditioning yourself and reconditioning how you see yourself in relationships, in life, how you see men, women. You have to realize that because of your conditioning growing up, you are perceiving things in the material world as being solid, as being final, as being this or that. But all of those experiences are just the formless that moved into the form to reflect back to you. That's it. So when you start to really look at life in this way, so you move away from being materialistic, meaning that you're so based in the material world, shift out of that and recondition yourself to observe things from what life really is. So you're not a human having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And when you just shift into that understanding, things will make more sense. And then you won't take things as personally. Okay. And so as you have your limiting beliefs, your fears come up, you are constantly making a decision whether you are going to embody this state or not. And just like we talked about on a previous video, with the TV that you see behind me, also, I just manifested like my dream rug. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm in love with it. But anyway, sorry. The TV, right now, as we're talking, there are a ton of movies, TV shows, series. There are different platforms, applications where umpteen amount of TVs, series, shows, media, all goes on and on. They're all currently playing, but we aren't watching anything because the tool to watch it is off. But as soon as I make a choice, a conscious choice to turn the TV on, then I can select what I want to watch. You and I are the same thing. Think of yourself as technology. Your physical system is the hardware, but it's the software that's driving the hardware. And so you can update and reprogram and change the software as many times as you need to. And you just keep reselecting. This is who I am. This is my identity. This is what my life looks like. This is what my finances look like. This is what my relationship with me and my mirror soul looks like. This is the type of home that we have. These are the kinds of finances. This is how we get along. This is how we support each other. This is so in other words, it goes on and on. So don't limit yourself to, somebody asked recently, do I need to only have one imaginal act? No, that would be limiting God. That would be limiting consciousness. I've come on and I've told so many stories of so many things that I've manifested that felt like it was out of thin air, but that I tried to always explain that I wouldn't have had the desire for whatever that thing was unless that was existing. And from my perspective, when it's very strong, it means it's about to happen. But then it's your human conditioning in your mind that's stopping it from happening because you're just not able to get on board with it because you're still identified with your old programming and your old state of consciousness. Okay. So, for example, I've told you guys before that in the past, I ended up manifesting a $28,000 wire from somebody I barely knew. Okay, so I'm in this thing, right, that I'm financing, and something in the amount of $28,000 needs to be paid off. So I'm just going within and I'm going in my trust and I'm embodying the state of being all set. And I wasn't trying to force or manipulate or control anything. My natural inclination and my feeling was imagining this particular person just telling me, you're all set, you're all set, you're all set. So that happened naturally. And then in the 3D, a matter of a time, not long after, the person asked me if I checked we were talking, they asked me, did you check your bank account today? I said, no. And then they said, check your bank. And they wired me $28,000. Did I manipulate and make that person wire me $28,000? No, I didn't even think about them wiring me $28,000. I went to the end that they told me I was all set. So that actual experience of them wiring me $28,000 was about to happen. And then I picked up on it. Okay. And so I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, yeah, I had this feeling that they were going to leave me and then it happened. This is my whole point. When you are entangled with your mirror soul and your specific person, and something happens in the 3D and you don't realize what your subconscious programming is from when you were a kid, something happens in the 3D. Deep down inside, we're triggered, we're fearful, we are thinking we're about to be rejected or abandoned. Why? Because some programming from when we were a kid that we have grown up thinking all along, if this X, Y, and Z happens, we're going to be rejected. We have to prove ourselves. We have to earn. We have to this, that, and the other. So then something happens. And then deep down inside, we're just like super scared. When you have this entanglement with your specific person, just like quantum entanglement is that two atoms. And remember, everything's made up of trillions of atoms, okay? But let's just take it down into just two atoms that are entangled with each other. One atom can be here, the other atom could be right next to it, or it could be millions of miles away. When this atom moves at the precise time. So it's just like boom. It's the same way with you and your mirror soul. Think of it this way. You guys are entangled. So as soon as you feel like, oh, they're going to do this, oh, they're going to do that, because of your perception, because of your programming, and you feel that your nervous system is irregulated, in the exact same moment, their nervous system is irregulated. If when you feel the shift that you're in fear, and then you feel it internally, and then externally, boom, it's like that physical experience happens. You have to really get this. You have to learn how to powerfully stay stable, secure, and grounded if you have this programming, this conditioning, because it's not the truth anymore. So stop embodying that state. You can't be left. You can't be rejected. You can't be abandoned because you and your person are one. But if you're in the material world and you're believing very much into this solidified experience and it's really got your ego, it has a hold of your ego. When you shift into your nervous system and you're feeling all of this fear, then your person feels that. It doesn't mean that subconsciously or consciously they're going to be aware of what's happening. It's just the way it is. The two of you guys are entangled. So it's your job. If you're watching this video and you experience this and you want to be with your person, then it is your job to let go of the past. You want to go into a deep, unconditional love for yourself. You want to let go and forgive yourself. You want to let go and forgive your person for whatever the circumstance was. Validate yourself. Appreciate who you are. Fully accept who you are. See yourself, appreciate yourself, value yourself. And you want to fully forgive them. You want to love them unconditionally. You want to appreciate them. You want to accept them as well. allow yourself to experience energetically, just like you would turn on the TV, you tap into your power from a more powerful place. Tap into realizing who you actually are. So the human experience is interchangeable. You select and you change and you shift the identity, the character. Okay. Don't get caught up in the simulation. Don't get caught up in the matrix. It's just a reflection. I'm not saying that what happened in the 3D isn't solidified. Yes, it's solidified, but it is the solidified particles from a previous dominant and frequent belief system. Shift and change the programming, shift and change the belief system, and your material world will shift and change in accordance to that. Okay, so you are selecting this version of yourself in this beautiful, loving relationship of harmony, mutual value, support, play, have a lot of fun with it, be light about it. I'm not saying not to take your person and the relationship seriously. I'm saying go into the laughter, the joy, the celebration, the music, the dancing, enjoying food, enjoying having good times together, kissing, making love, like laughing, watching things, being in sync together, loving to do all of these wonderful things in the 3D together. Go into more of that, because those imaginal acts, and don't limit your imaginal acts, but those, just have them imply the end that you're together. Doesn't mean that everything that you are imagining and visualizing is going to happen exactly how it is. And I talked about this, for example, with me and my mirror soul. I would always imagine that they would just show up randomly before we actually physically met in the 3D at my place, and then that we would like see each other. We would just like kind of take each other in, hold each other, kiss each other, and all of this great stuff. That's not at all how it happened in the 3D. But it was just that I was allowing myself to immerse myself in our dynamic. And when we met in the 3D, it was a million times better. Even with some of the little things that were imperfect about it, it was perfect, beyond perfection. I could have never even imagined or visualized how it actually happened. If you start to go deeper in your understanding and stop being so grounded in your material world, I believe that you will have an easier time shifting your consciousness and embodying being the version of you. If you keep asking questions in the comments below, but they this, but they that, but they this, and how can I do this because they said this and that? Well, this is your decision. This is your choice. That's your selection. Every single person, including myself, who has ever had any success in any kind of manifestation has had to face their darkness. They've had spirals, they've had pain, they've had fear, there's been tears, there's been wavering, there's been spiraling. It's not that it's easy just because you hear of a success story. It doesn't mean that it was easy for them. It just means that they constantly chose to reselect. They were realizing that this is an option and a choice that I don't. What I do want is harmony, blessed union, happiness, security. And so we recognize that, again, you're entangled with your mirror soul, with your specific person. So when you shift, they shift. And that's in either direction, in any direction. Okay. So anyway, try to realize more that you are atomic, and everything in your supposed solid 3D reality, the material world, is also atomic. So it's up to you to conform. You're not changing other people in the 3D. This is why people end up feeling drained. Have fun in your life. Love yourself, let go of the past. Don't listen to your ego mind. I'm not saying stuff down or reject emotions. Allow your human vehicle, take care of your human vehicle. Your body is your temple. So you need to really take care of it. Mind, body, soul. Take care of it, love it, and enjoy it. And I think that's all I have to say for today. So please do affirm down below that you are going to trust and realize that you are a multidimensional being having a human experience. You can literally affirm it however you want below. It doesn't matter to me. If you're confused about the subject, I love you so much. Binge watch my videos. I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you. Have an amazing day. Goodbye. Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.